Hey, it's Callum McAnally from Mix 103, and joining me over Teams today, Saskatchewan's own singer-songwriter Jeffery Straker. Jeffery, welcome back to cold Saskatchewan, as you were just in Florida playing a few shows.
Thanks for welcoming me back. Yes, I was just in Florida. I did a showcase and 3 concerts down there in the St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay area, and it was absolutely splendid. There was blue sky and sunshine and plus 28 and palm trees and wonderful people and some cold drinks, and the whole thing was a hoot. But it is also great to be back here in reality.
And you said it was your first time in Florida?
It was. I'd never been to Florida. I've been to several places in the U.S. and recently December I was in California, but I'd never been to Florida, and I really loved it. Like it, wonderful people down there, and yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful place. I will be going back. Mark my words.
Oh, that's awesome. So we're talking today because April 14th, you're making a notorious return to Moose Jaw, playing the gorgeous May Wilson Theater. Let's talk about the venue. You like to call it the Carnegie Hall of the Prairies.
It is true. I actually, I'm not trying to take credit for this, but I do think I actually coined it that, and it's been repeated since because I really do think it is. It's hands down my most favorite venue in Saskatchewan. Like full stop. Sorry, all other venues. It's gorgeous. It dates back to 1916. That interior sort of vibe is preserved, and the reason I like it so much is probably a couple of reasons. It's unique, but also the whole point of going to a concert, whatever genre, is like people go away. They go to the venue to go away, to kind of get lost in an hour or two of music to feel something, right? That's I mean, on the that's the subconscious reason you go. On the conscious reason is you buy a ticket and go to a show. Subconsciously, you kind of want to be transported somewhere and sort of forget everything and just feel something different, right? That room it's like the perfect incubator to go away and experience something. You walk in that room and you are somewhere else. And for the audience looking at the stage with that beautiful proscenium, for the performers looking at the audience with all that great frosting and plaster work, like that play, it's so special. And I love each time I get to go there.
That's awesome. And you love it so much that you just shot a music video there.
I did a song off my last record. It's called "Heavy Is the Burden." It's a very sad song. It's a song about grieving. My mom passed away 4 years ago, and it was a song about some of the grief I experienced in dealing with her loss. And the director who came up with the concept of the video wanted it to be some combination of a performance of me with a band, but also like the magic of a music video. And that room provided a great setting to do that in. So I encourage people to watch it if they can go find it on YouTube.
Now, Jeffrey, you do a lot of different kinds of shows. Like you play venues like the May Wilson Theater. You even do like simple house concerts before. What's your favorite kind of show that you've done?
Oh, that's a really tricky question to answer, Callum. I Let me think about this for a second. I mean, honestly, I would say the ones that are my favorite are the ones that um where the feeling of connection between performer and audience can be the best. So I'm not trying to skirt the question here, but that can be in a house concert, because obviously in someone's living room, if you're playing to 30 people, you can literally see people's faces and expressions, etc. But you can also get that feeling in a room like the May Wilson Theater, because it feels, even though it seats sort of, I don't know, 450 or so people, it feels very intimate. So to me, a theater the size of the May Wilson, or say an equivalent in Regina would be like Dark Hall, these 400 to 500 seaters, they're pretty great because they're big enough that you've got a good group of people, but they still feel like a giant living room. For me, like, festivals are fine and I really enjoy doing them, but it's trickier to get that feeling of intimacy there. That's more of it's a different vibe altogether, but I really thrive on the intimacy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, with festivals, you have people who are stopping by. They're there for the whole thing and everything. And then like a 400 seat venue, people are there to see you, right? So
Yeah, and I mean, they're there. I think it also sort of comes down to that sort of like that what I commented on earlier, which is that people going somewhere to experience something. Of course, you go to a festival to experience something too, but there's like the beer garden and the distractions, and you run into people, and that's all great. And that's the festival vibe, and that's what it's supposed to be. And it's really fun. But there's something about getting people in that room that just seems so magical to me. So yeah, like whether that can happen in a living room or a room like the May Wilson, I really like those nights.
Well, let's talk about getting back into the room at the May Wilson Theater. What can you tell us about your upcoming show?
Well, I'm going to be coming to do this show with three additional musicians. So we're going to be a four-piece band in total. I'll have my touring compadre Bryn Bessie playing some acoustic guitar. He's fantastic. We've toured together for 2.5 years now. Danny Jones, a Regina upright bass player, is going to be bringing his chops. And then my sister Jill Straker is sort of she's the principal harmony singer. She has an incredible gift to sing great harmony. And we're going to be performing. So with that arrangement, it's sort of an acoustic sort of setup, right? I'm at the grand piano in the center, and we'll be bringing to life a lot of my songs that I've written. Now, some of them are songs that if people have followed my music, they'll know some of them from past records. But I'm going to be debuting some new ones too. So I'm really excited about that. Brand new songs of my January up until even this morning. I've been writing a lot of new songs, and this show is a great time to play them because shortly after I'm going to start to record a record. So that ability to try new songs in front of a live audience, like it's really special for me as a writer. For many writers, I know many writers do this. It's like you finish a song. I'm here at my piano actually. You finish a song and it feels fantastic to you in your imagination in your living room. The second you get in front of an audience, the whole thing just shifts, and you get this real actual feel of like whether this song is connecting or working or not, So part of the night in Moose Jaw is going to be trying out new songs, and I think it's exciting. It keeps the band on its toes. The audience doesn't know what they're going to expect. It should be really fun.
That's really cool to hear the process about like for you writing new songs and being able to play them for the first time live and kind of gauging the audience's reaction there. That's really cool to hear. So I guess for someone who is unfamiliar with Jeffrey Straker or has never been to a Jeffrey Straker concert before, what can they expect if attending the show without giving away too much, of course?
Well, I mean, it's a good question because I get asked, that a lot in interviews. But so I'm a singer, songwriter, pianist. My music is like I describe it as roots folk. That's kind of a bit of a vague description, but it gets compared a lot to some of the classic '70s singer songwriters like Harry Chapin or Jackson Brown or Carole King or Billy Joel. These types of people because I'm a person at a piano. Singing songs, and they're often story-driven songs, and I also banter with the audience between the songs. So and those are stories too. So it's a night of stories. Several of my songs, and it almost seems like more over time, and I don't know why that is, are songs about people in places in Saskatchewan, or I have a new one about the sky, and I have a new one about the last grain elevator being knocked down, and that one really got a traction when I did it as a Facebook Live. So I can't wait to try that one on Moose Jaw. But all that to say, there there's a hefty helping of songs about people and places from our province, but there's a lot of songs about sort of broader topics like love and loss and the underdog and acceptance and these types of things too. Just like a broad range of topics like any singer songwriter would cover. But I think perhaps the thing that I hear played back to me the most about the show I put on is weaving the string of stories between the tunes and carrying it into the songs. People have played back to me like even have emailed me saying, don't stop doing that. Like it's really funny how people get really invested in what you do. Like and like unsolicited, they're like, don't stop doing that. And you're like, okay. But it
That's
tends to
awesome.
make for a really enjoyable night. I really like it.
Awesome. And it sounds like it is going to be an enjoyable night on April 14th at the May Wilson Theater. Jeffrey Straker live. Jeffrey, anything else you want to share while we still have you?
Oh, no, I mean, I was thinking back to the last thing is I was thinking back to shows in Moose Jaw at that May Wilson Theater, and over time the audiences have been really great to me there. And a few years ago, this is several years ago now, I was able to do the last ever um, recorded show for I can mention that I'm not sure if they're your competitor or not, but it's relevant to Saskatchewan people. Just CBC Radio used to record live concerts all around the province, and the last one they ever recorded was me in the May Wilson Theatre, and I turned it into a record live at the May Wilson Theatre. And I remember that night, just like many nights in the May Wilson Theatre, there's this kind of electricity with the audience there, like they're out to experience something. And so, like, I'm not just saying this, but like I really look at the nights at the May Wilson like with great anticipation. I really love them, so I can't wait.
I can't wait too. April 14th at the May Wilson Theater, Jeffrey Straker.